Hello, future writers. Welcome to the channel. I am Sarah, your writing coach. In today's video, we are going to discuss about 5 things every writer should avoid while writing their novel or book. In last video, we have discussed about how to write your first novel. I had very detailed explanation of all the steps that must be followed in order to craft your novel. So let's begin with the topic. So again, 5 things to avoid while writing your novel. A big no. And if you end up writing any of these 5 things, you are going to disappoint the readers, and readers are going to close your novels. All right, let's move ahead. So before delving into the topic, I would like to explain you this data. It is about the different journey of writing. This is data based on an analytical research of the writers, how they behave at certain stages of writing and what are the outcomes of it. So start with the first one, authors who publish their first draft. So less than 1% of the authors are those who publish their first draft instantly. For example, I completed my um, manuscript today, and tomorrow I am going to publish, and that's something most worst thing you can do to your novel, that instantly publishing your novel, your manuscript without rereading it or without editing it. So most drafts are really too raw. Publishing without editing is extremely rare. Oftenly nobody's do this kind of stuff, and I want you people not to fall in this category at all. This is dangerous. Your all hard work will go in vain if you ever try to think publishing the novel the second day you finish writing your manuscript. Talking to the second, authors who publish after editing. So this is most recommended way and most favorable way, that once you are done with your manuscript, you spend time editing the book, then you publish it. That 100% of traditional publishers are working this way. Next, average time spent editing a novel. So the average time span is given 4 to 6 months. One can exceed 6 months, but one should not limit the time. I talked to my fellow writer, and she was like, Sarah, I had written my manuscript and I had done editing in 2 weeks. And I was so shocked that how is it even possible? Means, how can you edit a 300 pages in 15 days? Or must be her novel is consist of 20 pages. I don't know what was the magic she was doing, but you can't edit your novel into the weeks or a month. You definitely need more than a 1 month to edit your novel, because editing is just not a part of the process. Basically, it is adding that one extra layer to your novel, which will be additional value to your novel. It is going to add some things which were not added earlier, and this is going editing is also the subtracting some things, the crap which is non useful. All right, so editing is just not a part of the process. Authors often underestimate how long editing takes. Listen, talking about me, I have been editing my novels for the 5 or 6 months, and I'm still in editing phase, and I don't regret it, because the more time you take in editing the book, the more polished version will come out. So have patience. All right, average number of drafts before debut. I totally agree with this, because one should not publish their novel instantly after writing it. You are supposed to rewrite again and again to filter the things which are essentials and remove those are unwanted. So it doesn't matter. Does it? I would be no shocked to know if you say that I had edited my draft for the 5 or 4 times. It's completely fine. You should edit your draft. Three is average number. You should edit it multiple times, so that most private authors write multiple versions before publishing it. Uh, Average draft, it also includes the thing that in one draft your starting is something different, and another one your ending is different. So you are having the three drafts with the same story, and then you ask the beta readers, then you ask the agents and publisher which must be the final version. So there you should must have this 3.24 drafts. All right, writers who experience writer's block, around 70% of writer does, including me. I have I have been the part of this 70% procedure, and it's completely fine. If you are writing a book, if you are writing a novel, definitely you are going to experience writer's block, and this is something that should not pull you down. Be completely fine with it. It is natural process. We are humans, we are not AI who are going to write the novel by just prompt. Just give yourself time. Please do not disappoint yourself by telling that, oh, am I capable enough or not? Do not question yourself, do not question your capabilities. Your audience, the common challenge, your audience will relate to this struggle. So definitely the more patience, the more work you put in that your book, definitely it is going to be visible in your work. Manuscript rejection rate, again, there are rarely 5% of novels which are first go to by the editor, by the agents and publishers, and doesn't it, it should not be the concern if your novel get rejected. Even Harry Potter get rejected 12 times. I don't know how much of you are aware of the fact, but yes, J.K. Rowling's book were rejected 12 times, and at the end of it, it became the generation sensations. So please, if you face this rejection, do not be upset about it. Again, this is the part of writing process. Be calm, be passion, you should accept the things the way they are. All right. Success rate of debut authors, again, very less, 10%. But here is the thing, I will make sure that my all of the writers who are watching this video fall under this 10%, because the things I will going to explain you in these channels, either starting with getting your idea to how to publish your book. I will make sure every step, every aspect of writing is covered under my channel, and I will make sure that you write that one perfect novel. I'm not going to be just a creator who is pouring her knowledge. I would instead like to be that one writing coach of you, that who helps you if you don't feel like writing, who helps you when you are, when you don't know which character should be introduced or what character is better. I'm going to help you at all the insecurities, all the doubts you have. So please, I will make sure that you fall under this 10% of category. Now, time to publish your debut novel. It's totally fine if you're writing your novel for 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years. It's completely fine. Patience is the key. If I talk about myself, I have been writing my novel for the past 3 years, and I am completely fine with it, because the more time you invest, the more your work will speak about your hard work. You are not supposed to catch that train. You are not supposed to write your novel within 1 year, because the more hurry you will do, the your work will be affected. Please have patience. Please, rushing leads to mistake. And if somebody's tell you that, oh my god, he or she has written novel within a 1 year, she must be lying, he must be lying, because it is not possible to write entire 300 page novel in 1 year, because writing is just not sitting and writing the thing. Writing include various other aspects. Okay, so just be calm, sit, take a deep breath, and just a cup of coffee with it, and let's start. I Before starting the topic, I make sure that my writers, my audience become comfortable with the fact that what we are going to study. Along with that, I also try to provide the extra knowledge, all that I have, which can help you in your writing journey. So now let's start with the 5 mistakes to avoid while writing. So one, don't write a character census. All I mean, you are not supposed to add tons of character by the first chapter, because this is going to pull all the interest from your readers, and they would going to say big no to your book. Why are you introducing so much character? What is the need? You are not supposed to introduce various many different characters in your novel until it is required, but at the first two chapters, a big no, please. Here is a wild idea: your novel isn't a wedding list guest. So guys, please don't introduce 30 characters by chapter 2 unless your goal is to confuse the reader, because readers are already unaware of the plot, structure, character, story. All they wanted to know what's happening in your novel. All they wanted to know what happening in your novel that matters to them. And instead of giving them a hook, instead of giving them that one perfect opening, all you are doing is pouring the characters before them, and it is going to disappoint the readers. So I don't want you to create the characters and senses before them. Please, guys, do not do that. All right, just here the example. Imagine reading a book that start is like, so here is Rishi, Maya, Angel, Palin, Venice, Sally, and neighbor Jack, and talking parrot Monty. So this is so lame, so boring, and you imagine yourself as a reader, and you end up reading like this. at the first page, you would start questioning your life choices. That what at the first place I am reading this. Instead, start with two or three core characters that can bond with. Everyone else can make their grand entrance later when your readers know who is who and why they care. So have patience. Do not throw the bucket of characters before the readers in the first two chapter. So this is the biggest mistake one can commit while writing a novel. Next, don't chase perfection like it's finished line. So if you are writing a novel, have patience. Write chapter one, two, three, four. Do not find yourself in the loop where you are kept going back to the next to the last chapter because you don't feel it is like perfect. The thing is, perfection can't be achieved until you have that one final manuscript. To gain the perfection, you are supposed to write that one novel which you are not writing because you are running behind this perfection. So please hold your horses, because listen, here is means getting running behind the perfection is exactly like ironing your clothes while you are still sewing them. So you know what I'm trying to say. Just why? Have patience. You are going to get the time to gain the perfection, but not meanwhile in the process of writing. Okay, example, you spend 3 hours deciding what is the mood of your character, all right, instead of actually writing and finishing the chapter. So this is how you will end up if you ever run behind the perfection meanwhile the writing journey. Instead, fix the first draw. Instant your first draft be rough. Allow it to be raw, rough, glorious, imperfect. It's completely fine if your first draft is ugly. It's totally fine because polishing it, editing it, it's the later part of the process. You are not supposed to do everything at every time. Please have patience. So moving to the third mistake, edit. Don't edit as you go. So this is advisable that once you are done with your manuscript, close it down, wait for the 1 month, then start to read it again and edit your book. Because editing the next day you finished writing would be like, oh my god, I have written so good, this is perfect, beautiful, oh my god, what a writer I am. Or you are going to appreciate yourself without realizing that you are not even recognizing the mistakes, the plot hole which you are not even recognize the things which should be removed from your novel. Instead, you would just praise and appreciate the way you wrote. So editing should not be done the moment you finish writing. Give yourself time, let the story settle in your mind, it settle in your heart. Then you go slowly with the editing process. Then you are supposed to edit, and then you are going to realize how much plot holes were there in the story, how much mistakes you had committed while in first draft. Listen, talking about me, I had edited my book for the two times, and I am editing it right now for the third time. In my third go, I realized that I have written maximum characters of my novel's name starting with L, and I haven't realized this mistake in my first and second draft. Means I was so shocked realizing that how crucial editing is. Because when I realized that my novels, half of the characters' name starting from the L, like it was like Lucy, Liam, Leo, Light, Layla, and Lisa. And yes, now I am realizing how fool I was if I just go for the publishing it at the one go, because this is going to show that the person writing behind this novel was not so creative enough to think a different name with different alphabet. Are you getting my point? So I was so shocked when I realized that how crucial editing is. So then I decided and I changed basically everyone's name whose name started with L, and I just kept, I think, one or two name with the L. So this is how editing makes your book better. Okay. And one more thing, and after editing the thing, I also realized a second thing, that my most of the females character is ending with L and Y. Yeah, again. So I was like, no, yeah, L and Y. And I was like, what the hell? It was like Billy, Sally, Lucy. And again, I was like, oh my God, these are the mistakes which we never realize even when we read our draft for the first or second time. So please let the story settle in yourself. Let the story sit down and then you rate, and then you point out the mistakes. Moving to the next mistake, avoid comma inducing slow start. This is the generations of AI, low focus, a lots of distraction. And in this generation, if you are writing a story with the slow start, that's going to be a big no, because slow start is one of the major drawback, or one reason for which a reader can pull your book down. You are supposed to write a very inciting, dramatic, and or emotional or intrigue starting, just like a Netflix preview. All right, so you are not supposed to write like this. For example, it was Tuesday in November. Ravi stood by the window. He thought about the birds and taxis and socks. What the hell? Why am I supposed to read about why Ravi is standing by the window? Why am why I will like to know the what he is thinking about seeing the birds. This is no, big no, why I am going to be interested in Ravi's life. Instead, I would be love to know why the hell is Ravi trying to, fire the house. Why he is setting that particular building on fire. I would be love to know why Ravi is setting the house on the fire rather than seeing him glaring at the bird. All right, you got what I mean. Next, don't begin with copy paste cliche. So it's once again, do not believe with the same cliche which is included in your favorite novel or favorite movie series. Change your the way of thinking. You are supposed to write the characters, the stories, chapters so enticing, so that readers can turn to the page too. You are supposed to write words and novel, sorry, you're supposed to write words, the opening hook line very interesting, that does not makes the readers feel uninterested. The like for example, the character wakes up in their messy room, staring at the ceiling, wondering about his life. Shit, no, a big no. I don't want to know why the character is staring at the sea. This is always happens in every movie. Every movie, the girl or the man lead starts his or her interacts with the same way. I don't want this again and again. I want something different. All right. Example, she woke up again late for the school again. Oh no, where is my her sock? This same things happens at my house daily with my sister. So why am I going to read this one again in that novel? Why I will read this again? This is so boring. So do not start your novel with this at all. All right. So again, fix you can start with the fresh way of introducing your character. Maybe they are running from something. Again, maybe red is behind the girl, right? So she's running from something. So the scene starts like the women or the human female protagonist. She is running, sweating, drenched in sweat. Her face was crimson and she was unable to hold her breath. And when she turned back, the mouse was still following her, the rat was still following her, and the readers were like, what, damn, she's running away from the rat, what the hell is this? Here you get the interest of your audience. Get it? So you are supposed to write something like this instead of doing all daily drama which already exists in every human's life. So this is all the 5 mistakes which one should definitely avoid while writing the novels. So do you like my video? If yes, comment me down. How was the video? Did I help you at any point? And just comment me down. If you have any kind of doubt, insecurities, and problems, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, bye. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button.